Hello and welcome to BlackOut Gaming TV. I'm Maxi once again with my co-host Funds for his second stream in a row. Hello Funds, how was school today for you?
School was pretty good. Once again, Maxi, how was work?
It was simple as that. And let me apologise to everyone who's watching. Obviously, let's see Highlander being delayed, but you know, Twitch chat and everything will go, haha Highlander, haha 20 minutes. We actually had a few server issues, which is why we didn't start this a bit earlier, and we ended up actually having to change servers because we were basically sat in the dark where the team's actually going live. So whatever happened there, it's completely negated. And yeah, we're now obviously waiting for everyone to swap onto servers. We've got, I believe, 17. Only waiting for someone for PremTech, who actually obviously running with a couple of mercs today. Very early game, actually playing Monday, but it's obviously our first game of week 6. We're on Barn Blitz, which, yeah, it's another payload map. I'd rather not see 2 payload maps in a row, especially, but I'm assuming the strats got changed too much, and it's going to be interesting to see how both teams, with, if any, little to no practice and scrims, are actually going to be able to play this off, because obviously, you know, Sunday, we saw maps yesterday, we saw Wasp against Bureau, and immediately we're on to week 7. So, Funds, are you a fan of Barn Blitz? Is it a map that you like to play?
Yeah, I like Barn Blitz. It's pretty good.
It's interesting to see that we're back to the stock version. I think we're on the stock version. Or at least... Where are we?
No.
No, we're on Pro 6. No, we're on the Pro Badwater. It's the stock map we were on.
Yeah.
That was the one that confused me. But no, we're on Pro 6. Obviously, this is the one... Obviously, all the Pro versions have that new flank or street or whatever people call it. I think there's a few iterations of where you can hold and whatnot. But we do finally have 18 on the server, so we are finally waiting to go live, as we do seem to go live. So why don't... It looks like actually are going to be defending first. So Funds, why don't you take us through the roster of Fair Enough?
Yep, sure. So for Fair Enough, we have got Denia on Scout, we've got Bacon on Soldier, Crow is playing Pyro, on Demo we've got Big Adysky, Heavy's Pidox, Engineer we've got Cherry playing today, on Medic then we've got Skeege, Der Milchman on Sniper, and finally Vilyak on Spy.
Meanwhile, on PremTech's team, or really is MercTech, because I think they believe in match comms they were talking about a few mercs. We've got Comet playing Scout, who's actually CJ's Scout of the week. We've got Uber's obviously merking from High Panda. This is on Pyro, Maito's obviously on Demo, Kakao2's playing Heavy. They've got Olber in Engine, since Condog is now unfortunately unable to play the rest of the season. Kona's on Medic, with Nesh on Sniper, and finally Deox on Spy. And I know we had that recent change with the... Well, I say recent, but we had that change with the crits where you can charge it really quickly. And I know that, especially... the person I know is Hildreth that used it, but not opting to run crits and then gone back to Uber. But Kona's actually holding behind that fence rather than immediately on the hill. I guess to block from a bomb such as Bacon there, as Milkman gets the first opening pick onto Nesh.
We do have Uber coming in from Skeege actually. I think I'm getting a little bit of ping right now, Maxi, actually. Seems to be. But Uber's come off from both teams with Skeege falling out. Take over for a sec, please.
Yeah, we see the Uber's fade, and actually a lot of picks come out from either side. More in the favour, if anything, more towards PremTech's side. Actually, no, this is actually the opposite. Apologies for that. It's actually way more in the favour of Fair Enough. Sure, they've actually lost, I think, Denia and Bacon during that post-Uber exchange. But a lot of their combos already pushed up, pushing towards that second point. Although Uber's is actually stuck back in the house. But it was not going to be able to finish off or defend that cap, as he's going to get flare gunned down by Crow. And we can see Skeege and Adysky already actually dropping down with Pidox trying to push up that stairs. Viljak's getting very close to them as well, with the rest of their flank pushing that cart onto that kind of turnstile-y thing. I don't know what really cool, call it, that little turntable, DJ decks, something along the lines of that. We have to see Uber come out from Fair Enough, pushing up that top stairs. Essentially gets destroyed. We've got Olber now. He's probably going to go down, as he does. And actually, Kona did get out. He's on 100%, so they should be able to Uber back in with Maito. But actually, Fair Enough's combo does drop down through... I mean, I've just called that... I guess it's another drop down. And Maito isn't going to get caught. Kona somehow surviving, actually getting all the way up that hill. Actually still at full health. As our second point is going to be captured in a very quick time of just under 1 minute and 50 seconds. We are going to see, fair enough, I'm assuming they should be able to keep this pressure on. Piddock's already on that little platform overlooking that third point. Bacon's sitting in that far left house, so you've got no chance of anyone holding in there. The rest of, we can see adysky and Cherry now pushing up. Ness does get one collateral kill onto Viljack. He's not going to be able to get behind. But it looks like actually third point's going to be captured with no resistance at all. So actually we're into 2 minutes and 20 seconds as we capture third.
Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous so far. Skeege has already got 100% with Connor still sitting on 57. I imagine they'll be looking to push him pretty soon. With only 2 minutes 20 on the clock, that's a pretty crazy time actually.
It wasn't even like it was that strong of a first push. They just uber exchange, and I guess they just got the kills afterwards. We can see actually Denny gets the pick onto Kermit. Adysky even gets Maito, so no demo. And Skee's actually going to back out. I think Adysky should get picked off as his uber fades by Scissors. And Skee's still holding, pushing him from that new flank. I think Piddock's actually picked up that frag. Piddock does get backed up though by Deox. And actually Skeege is now sitting with Crow and Denny on that cart. Deox should get actually cleaned up quite quickly. And she's surviving on very little health. And the picks come up from either side. Kermit picks up a frag onto Crow. And actually, more players, that respawn wave from PremTech should actually be able to fight out. Nubus does almost actually get that pick onto Skeege as he jumped into that top lobby area. And that should delay this push from Fair Enough.
Yeah, I feel like Skeege, he could have got out there and built quite a healthy advantage. I think it was a big mistake to stay in there. They probably thought they were going to take that a little bit easier. Kermit doing quite a bit of work, popping the car, stopping the car even, but not noticing a sniper behind him. Pretty crazy, like, everyone's all over the place at the moment, but I think both teams should be able to get their grips now, again.
Yeah, Connor did actually, I think he either died or got forced. I actually missed what happened there, I'll be honest. But now somehow he actually has an uber advantage, so somewhere I've missed someone going down. And someone's going to either tell me in my ear, or I'm just going to ignore it and move on. But yeah, I was looking for anything from Connor, but no, maybe Connor went down during that, but we'll move on from that. See, actually, Piddock and Milkman both going quite low. Cherry does get picked off, but he's just collateral damage really as an engineer. Milkman does get picked up by Ubers. And even Denny gets picked down by that sentry, so a lot of flank players going down. Skeege even goes down from Ubers as well. And actually deals with that pick onto Piddock and onto Bacon. So many players going down for Fair Enough. Viljack now trying to push that cart, I guess trying to stop that 20 seconds or push back. But he actually gets stair stabbed, or at least drop stabbed, I'm not sure what the correct spy term is, by Deox. He's playing very well on this last point.
Yeah, quite a lot of players going down for Fair Enough there, but I guess really they can afford to waste. I'm not quite sure what Skeege was doing there going so aggro, but he goes down. So does Connor, I think, and we'll start building the Ubers again. Skeege now sitting on 40% more than Connor, probably going to be able to build another advantage and try and push in yet again with Uber before.
Skeege actually opting to run crits, which actually is quite a good strategy pushing on to Laugh. You can get him over, put up down a lot of damage. I'm not too sure where Kona is. I think he's actually sitting close to up top on that stairs. So crits will actually be quite hard for adysky to get in. You can't exactly walk straight through main. You go from lockers, I suppose. We actually see Bacon and Ubers caging a few rockets there. But yeah, this is gonna, like, they might have to come from lockers. Dix does that pick onto Denia, trying to fight Bacon away. And I'm looking to see if he's gonna get it. Not quite, he's gonna actually get cleaned up by Bacon himself. And Skeege actually already pushing in top with adysky. The Pinch is gonna go down from Kakao. And now Ubers and Viljack trying to distract for adysky to push him through that top stairs. But he's actually going to take a lot of damage. Kakao does go down from Viljack. And actually Skeege gets headshot by Ness in that top area. Great shot from him. And that's once again, actually, no, I think I'm missing all these frags or pops from Kona. It's very bad on my half. He must have used to defend or forced. I'm completely focused on how Fair Enough are pushing that I've missed that. But yeah, Kona used his Uber there to defend against all that damage. We saw Skeege get headshot. And now Kona finally looking to be building with an advantage compared to Skeege running crits. But he's actually running, I think he's running quick fix now. So, I guess trying to change something. But those 3 points in 2 minutes 20 seconds are still looking very strong for them.
Yeah, Skeege on the quick fix is going to get the 100% just before Kona actually gets the Uber. If they're quick enough, they may be able to make a play onto him, but I think it looks like Kona's going to be getting this Uber. Unless they're pushing in from top right now. Dropping down with the quick fix, Kona just about getting the Uber and popping it off. quite lucky there. The timing was pretty unlucky for Fair Enough, really.
We see adysky is the only actual death in that. I think Vildek dead ringers, so he's not going to go down. Crow trying to fight off Ubers. And even, actually, I think Bacon got killed in that new flank. Actually, Vildek, I think it's nice to kill onto Nesh and onto Kermit. So actually, I'd say equal trades from each side. And only losing adysky in your Uber push actually ends up being quite well. The Diox does get the pick onto Milkman, who Pidox then cleans up. But actually, Ski's now running with an Uber advantage, so they should be able to push straight in for this new flank, running that quick fix. Gonna probably pop. Actually, I'm assuming he's gonna flash onto many people. Does use the Uber onto Pidox and onto adysky, but Pidox does go down. adysky does just get that. I think he did get. He got something with a lock and load, but it looks like that PremTech actually seem to be defending this okay. Olba getting quite a number of kills with that sentry. He does eventually get picked up by Ski of all people.
Ski just going really aggro back in again. What is he doing?
He's actually
battle medic.
He's actually in that very top lobby area trying to fight off, I think, Kermit and Nesh, but he just gets quite easily cleaned up by Kermit. But that actually distraction allowed Bacon, Cherry, and I think even Milkman to get a little bit of room, even though Milkman has just gone down. And actually the cart's pushed up quite close to the final point, and there's only a mini from Olba up, but you've still got that very strong combo, and heals are quite bad on the side of Fair Enough if they were looking to push this last again.
Yeah, just having a look at Skeej, he has switched back to normal Uber again, but Connor is sitting on 60% advantage, so pretty good advantage here, being able to, should be able to hold. Skeej has been doing some pretty crazy stuff, actually.
See, actually the PremTech combo now opting to push back forward, trying to take that top lobby area again. I don't know what you call it, just above main, just top. This is what you'd call it. I thought this is what it is called. Well, usually and the Uber comes out from Konos, that's going to be a big force. I think actually, this just went down actually. And Uber's going to try and fight off, I think Vildrak and Bacon again trying to push that locker area. But Skeej now, Milkman with a big pick onto Scissors, so no Pyro, push away that combo. He's going to get that Drotty from Nesh, a really good play from him. But Skeej does get his Uber out. Gonna try and get some frags now. Gets that pick onto Diox from Cherry. Kakao2 goes down. Even Ubers gets picked up by Crow. Sentry's gone down from Bacon. He easily picked that up. Headshot from Milkman onto Olba, so not even a defense, even a chance of playing it. And this he sticked off that right spawn. Plays push up their spawn, and it's going to be a cap in 9 minutes and 18 seconds. So couldn't carry all that momentum forward from the first, well, 3 points. But still a pretty decent time, fans.
Yeah, that is pretty decent after all. I would have thought they could have got that a bit quicker. They looked like they were getting a little bit cocky towards the beginning, actually, after getting the really quick 3 points. Maybe pushing a bit too aggro, staying in a little too long after their pushes have failed, but yeah, overall not too bad. Should be able to hold this, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what PremTech try and opt for as a change. I think if they can obviously push it with the same aggression that Fair Enough did, then it's, you know, more than achievable to beat 9 minutes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the change of metiguns was planned or just let's try and change last up, but whatever they did, it worked. And I'm actually looking at where PremTech are going to hold, and it doesn't look like that. Actually, no, not PremTech. I'm all over the place today. It's going to be where Fair Enough decide to hold, and Skeej doesn't look like he's going to be holding behind that fence, unless he's just giving his combo buffs. I could be calling this very prematurely.
Yeah, Kono is actually on crits, so they might be trying to do some pretty aggressive plays to begin this, actually. Interested to see what they're going to do.
They might have dropped onto that hut, trying to get some sort of stick out. I guess trying to detect and see where you can see where players are. Also, if you use hit sounds, you can obviously hear if you throw it into an area. And actually, adysky's the first person to get backstabbed. Bacon cleans up that frag onto Diox. So no demo to defend. It was actually come out from Skeej. Popped in quite early, actually. I think he's to defend against that crits that came in. But Crow's going to fight off Kakao2. I think it's because Maito got that crit sticky onto Pidox. And actually, it looks like Fair Enough is just going to fall straight out. And that first point being capped very quickly in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a pretty standard crits, actually. Getting the Uber out of Skeej. Pretty good job to be able to take that very quickly, though. Should be able to roll this, but roll this just into second. But it looks like Fair Enough are going to be setting up. They've already got a level 3 on top.
Yeah, Trey pulled that sentry back very quickly and they really got that set up. But we do see this get headshot by Nesh trying to hold that corner. But Nesh more than able to just peek that corner, get that pick. Literally now going down on both points quite early, which is definitely puts them at disadvantage with no demo to hold down a choke point. I think that's the conch coming out. Crit does actually get popped as well, I believe, by Kona, but it's actually going to pick up more combo frags. I think we saw Crow went down as well from Kakao 2. But fair enough, obviously keeping Siege alive, falling back onto that third. But they've got to at some point make a stop. We see Diox actually uncloaking behind Skeege. Does get that drop onto Skeege and onto, I think, yeah, it was Piddock. Sorry, I almost forgot who the heavy was. So huge picks from Diox, playing very well this game actually. He's actually the reason he's actually got the most points for blue. Great to see how his logs will turn out. And that just complete destruction really single-handedly by Diox. Should actually be able to cap this third off, and they should be pushing last with over 7 minutes. PremTech.
Yeah, Connor did go down to a sniper, but actually in response to the quick time at the beginning of the last round, PremTech are doing pretty well here. Skeege obviously pretty unlucky going down to Diox there, but I would have thought they would have been able to hold those few points a bit earlier. I'm pretty surprised.
Yeah, even adysky, I think he got backstabbed on both. No, he got backstabbed on first and then headshot on second. So unlucky for him. But it actually looks like that PremTech are going to be opting to push from lockers. I think they're now back running Uber. Rakona's only at 65% and Skeege is sat at 70. So only a slight advantage. Actually, we see Nesh get that pick onto Crow. They're pushing their sniper up through that locker area actually, which is, I think that's a great spot for sniper to go through. We see Bacon go down as well. So you've got no Solly and no Pyro, who in theory could both sit on the flank. But actually, looks like PremTech now, I think they've realised they've been called, going to rotate back round to the standard kind of top stairs or new flank area. I think adysky's definitely called that. He's going to be able to call that out when they're going to push. Uber actually does get that frag onto Viljack, not being able to dead ringer this time. And a lot of exchanges. We see Scissors actually holding, looks to be pushing only by himself. Actually now with Ubers and Nesh, the lockers area. Both Ubers are going to be exchanged. He took a lot of damage before his was popped off. Actually trying to trap Kona in, almost, but he actually deflected him away. He got actually one stick in front of him in front of the stairs, but not to keep him in. We can see his post-Uber fight. Piddock's actually going to get headshot all the way from that locker. Nesh still watching there. Another exchange of heavies. We see Kakachu go down as well. And I think just equal frags from each team, but no real advantage for either team to capitalise on.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good by Connor to be able to get out there. Those stickies did look like they were going to get him stuck in, but he was able to just do that little surf out, start building again. Not too much of an advantage for Skeege. I reckon we're going to see a pretty similar play going on. Connor's still holding around the same area right now. Uber's just holding around lockers.
If he does, you get that pick onto Milkman, so no sniper to defend, or at least block off any sightline. Deals with another critical pick.
Nesh actually just does go down as well, however.
Oh yeah, and Scissors went down as well in that. See Viljack, I think, yeah, Viljack's trying dead ring. He's going to try and get behind somewhere. He's got to be. He's actually just sitting on that new flank. I think he's just trying to go for ambassador headshots, which we know he's more than capable of doing. See that conch come out, pushing up that far new flank. Uber's going to come out, but it's quite a lot earlier than the fair enough Uber. You see Milkman get that pick onto Nesh, which is a big pick. We see Nesh get quite a few frags. It does actually take a certain amount of damage. He took about, I think, about 50 damage. And actually Viljack that pick onto Maito, so no Maito, or even Dilt's got picked by Piddox, I believe. So probably frags in the favour of, definitely in the favour enough now with Kakao getting headshot. Going to fall all the way back to holding outside by that dispenser again. And even though we did lose adysky and Denia, who now respawn, not looking pretty strong for fair enough.
Yeah, they should be able to hold this again. Nesh almost going down to the scout for fair enough, but just making it out with his life there. Skeege building up Uber, Con building up Uber as well, still on that same equal Uber situation. Connor's holding on the left, but Maito is pushing up quite far into those steps, goes pretty low, gets out again.
Do about 100 damage, I think, going down to just under 70, which is quite risky to do, but it is like we're going to have a pause come out. I'm assuming it's going to be someone timing out, because I don't think we've seen a tactical pause at all this season. It's always someone timing out. I'm not sure, actually, if anyone who has connection issues, I wasn't aware of it. But really looking at where we're going to unpause from, we see, I think Denia and Viljack are about to respawn. You've got that whole new flank which is completely open, which they could do something from, but obviously we saw that last time, and maybe a missed timing of kind of popping Ubers didn't get the result they wanted. Obviously kept holding main. Nesh, actually you can see the sniper dot of Milkman very close to where Nesh's head would be, when actually quite close to where Nesh's dot is. Being very specific, going, look at these dots, look at, you could click on their head. But Uber's also both equal, so no advantage. It's only player advantage in the split second for PremTech. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that Denia and Vilgic are literally about to respawn. So I guess you've got to work a pick in or go for a play or go for something.
Yeah, looks like Ubers and Bacon are about to jump into the same place and have a little 1v1 in lockers as well.
Needing to note in this pause, actually, about where both teams sit in the table. We've got PremTech sitting in 4th right now. And we know that they're sitting on 15 points. They're 5 points behind Strong Opinions, 6 behind High Panda, and then 13 behind Fair Enough. Fair Enough actually win 6 points in this. They can't not come first. So basically like Leicester City in the Premier League. There's no one that can knock them off the top of the table. But Fair Enough actually, if they lost both their next 2 games, both this game and Week 7, and lost that 6-0, they in theory could get knocked off by High Panda if they beat both of their opponents. Whereas PremTech, actually, if they get their 6 points today, they'll probably go up into 2nd or 3rd. But I'd say I say that it almost implied that I'm saying that PremTech have got, that last playoff spot. But now Burach only 1 point behind with Wasp 22 points. As we do see the unpause, we see Milkman does get that pick onto Nesh. So Milkman had a better position in that one Uber fight. See the Uber come out from that locker area, popping on Maito. He's going to get juggled outside though, launched into that corner, but let's see, does he get flashed by Kona? It's not going to be enough, he's actually going to get headshot after his Uber fades. You see, Scissors is pushing all the way in with... Scissors actually got that frag with Kermit on adysky. Crow gets nice reflect onto Ubers. And fighting out from both teams, but Kona and Kakatu still sitting in that lockers area. Adysky's now sitting under that kind of balcony, but Kakatu and Kona are going to fall back out, looking to probably rotate back to that kind of outside area. But time is ticking down, and with each minute you waste and not progress the cart forward, the harder it becomes to push that last point. As Adysky gets a nice 2, actually no, it's only 1 frag. I think he gets onto Maito, and I believe Deox actually dead ringed, unless I'm wrong. Yeah, Deox dead ringed on that.
Yeah, pretty similar story to last round actually. The first 3 points are capped off incredibly fast, but then both teams have shown a pretty good defense here. Adysky coming down onto Connor actually brings it down pretty low, but Connor's still holding that Uber. Adysky's getting a little bit too much ground here, I think. So this is just pushing him back. Pretty close, almost got the force there actually. My HUD's kind of broken, can't see what Skeeger's on, just gonna have a look.
I think both medics are sitting at 100%. Yeah. So it's one thing I'm waiting for that pick. I don't think seeing any... You have to wait for clear runs. You see, obviously, Vilgic getting a sentry. It's the only thing that I can see right now. Milman actually also going very low, but Deox does actually go down. That's going to be 1 player advantage. Nesh has to pick onto Vilgic though, unless he dead ringered again, which of course he did. And he took basically stop falling for dead ringer. Obviously, it's too good for me. And actually, I mean, there's a pick onto Olba, which isn't massive. See, the Ubers do come out. PremTech pushing in through that new flank, but Kona actually not anywhere near Maito. He actually went all the way and around that far left-hand spawn. Kona now sitting with Kakatu in that new flank. Bacon trying to actually fight them off, using all of that conch. Milkman gets that pick onto Deox. Nesh is down as well, and a lot of combo plays actually being dropped in that exchange for PremTech.
Yeah, I think it is getting a little bit desperate for the side of PremTech right now. A similar push to what they've been doing already just came out, and the big backstab onto Kona is making an even better defense for Fair Enough right now.
Yeah, we saw that Kona and Kakatu were being forced out by that slightly stronger combo of Fair Enough. There wasn't enough, he's going to get backstabbed. Actually, Deox getting a pick onto Cherry, so in theory there's an open sentry you could spam down, but still way more picks coming up for Fair Enough, getting picked onto Kermit and Deox at the end of this smaller exchange. That's no spy. We know Deox's been playing very well. Still getting picks, maybe not as many. I think maybe Fair Enough trying to capture on. See, Vilgic is going to go down outside, not going to get another pick onto Kona, who is actually now swapped onto crits. This potentially is going to be their last push. He's only at 40%. He's taking way 100%. Adysky almost actually being dropped. As you see the Uber come out, Adysky does actually go down from a sticky from Maito. Actually, I think Ski's opting to use his Uber rather than saving it. And we've got 13 seconds to try and capture this last point. But that can't go a long way. I don't think that's going to be capped in 7 seconds. I think it's almost too much. But they're going to go for everything they can. PremTech pushing all the way in for that main. Ski's getting a pick onto Kona. That medic frag. And I believe that is going to be it.
Yeah, my game's actually crashed. I'm just coming back in now, but pretty good defense there. First 3 points capped off incredibly fast, but fair enough we're able to hold that to the end. Good on them there. Nice picks onto Connor actually coming out just to solidify that.
Yeah, so we see the first 3 points of this first week 6 game going to fair enough. And I even see something, even people saying what's happening with this config. So something happened there where we immediately swapped and we didn't see an after round game, but we're immediately on to the second round with, I think, fair enough playing slightly better. It was actually Uber's that dropped it. That was the pause. That's happened a few times. But I think it'd be interesting to see if both teams actually get these 3 points captured very quickly, because it's quite strange to at least see first being captured. I think most teams would give up first. Capture first, you have a stronger hold on second, but neither team actually had that strong hold on second. Fair enough had a slightly stronger hold, at least had a sentry there, whereas when PremTech had a defense, it was just non-existent. And even third, there was no one on third for PremTech at all, whereas obviously with fair enough, at least had their combo there before they were dropped by Deox. And I'm trying to see if there's anyone running anything different. Obviously, Kona's running Uber. Kermit's sitting actually very close to his medic. I think that's to defend against bombers, because obviously Kermit plays a very good scout role in 6v6. I don't think he's just running something weird like crits. No, he's opting Uber. They're not going to see some clutch play from Adysky getting this massive crit sticky and a drop, which is a little bit upsetting. I want to see something cool. I want to see something exciting.
Exciting is always nice, yep.
There we go, we're going to see the Auto X again.
Team's tilting a little bit here with these conflicts, man.
Yeah, I even thought... I don't even know if we're even going to have logs for that. I'm assuming whatever happened there... I'm going to see if we have any logs uploaded, but... No, actually going to have no logs, so I can't actually...
Yeah, I'm not seeing
We can't even rub the egos of the players. From whatever config that was, where apparently it was ended and reloaded. I mean, take a rough logs, we saw drops from each medic, we saw big damage from players. Deox played very well. He was one of my standout players. I think it's just because I noticed more backstabs than headshots from Viljack, but it's just two different spirals. Both players are very good. We saw both snipers getting a lot of picks, no one getting really the upper hand. So whatever happened with the logs, rip and pepperoni.
We'll just have to fabricate the logs in our heads.
That's what I tried to do, but someone will be like, no, you're wrong, because actually this person got this much more damage.
This person got 2 more frags. Looks like the game is starting finally. Well, starting by starting the 60-second timer.
Well, I think it's like 66 to be exact. I don't know why it is that.
66-second timer.
We did obviously see in the update today for competitive matchmaking that second round. Now there's a 10-second countdown. I think that's great. But
now it's the 69-second counter.
We had the switch team, so is it 69 seconds to start with?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually purely timed how long it takes.
Guess you need those extra 9 seconds for a little bit of building.
That might be the difference between building an Uber or not if you decide to build 3 Ubers. I think you can build 3 Ubers in it. As we're going to see Deox. Oh look, Deox is actually going to drop from the server. But 30 seconds, are they going to pause it? As you see, Ski just well actually suiciding for metal for Cherry. Lots of drop calls coming out. Actually only from the side of Fair Enough, so I guess maybe that's why Ski isn't caring about logs, because he's dropping and then not noting them down.
Yeah. Deox is back in spec now. Should be coming back into the server in a minute with no pause needed. Here he comes.
Yeah, melee straight back in, so actually already spawned, so should be able to jump straight back in. And obviously we'll see PremTech attack this first. Actually, Kona actually running crits again. Nesh gets sticky trapped by adysky. That's been the first frag. No sniper for offense. That can be a very important player to have up. You can just kind of lock down a sight line. You can trap a medic off in an area by saying, well, if you walk crits, you're going to get a headshot. But Ski's actually sitting quite far back for as far as medics can go. He does actually pop his Uber to save adysky. I guess to counteract that crits. He's actually behind the house. He's not taking any damage at all. Oba does go down from a headshot, and even his sentry gets taken down, but that's not going to be the most important pick you could get in this. Broga's very low as well, and I think actually it looks like slightly stronger. Actually, we'll see Maito go down actually from adysky. So both teams probably sitting pretty much the same, no advantage either way. We're just looking for any sort of play or pick. See Kermit go down from a frag from Bacon, and then Denia goes down as well as Viljack. The only flank classes really from each side. See Nesh does get body shot by Milkman. But still no combo classes going down. It'll be what team decides to fall out or decide that it's better to push back onto a further back point and get a stronger hold. And literally what Fair Enough are doing, they're literally falling back into that tunnel, giving up that first point, which can be captured in 1 minute and 16 seconds, which is fine. It's, you know, it's pretty fast like last time. If they keep this rushing up, they'll capture second very quickly. But see, Fair Enough already with a level 3 up, already dispensed with that backstairs. And Ski does get a headshot by Nesh, and he's actually going to drop. Milkman does get one return onto Kermit, but Ubers gets that two, actually no, only one pick actually, onto Pillox. Doesn't get, forces that dead ringer off of Viljack, and then even adysky goes down. He does finish off Maito, because Maito's crits, they did kill him. Milkman gets that reverse frag onto Nesh. Cherry actually gets that pick onto Kona. He actually goes down to a sentry, but it's not actually looking that strong as an advantage for PremTech. They still that level 3 up. See Kermit trying to push that sentry, the cut all that by himself. Going to fight against now Bacon, and even Pillox and Ski really back up. So even though Ski's dropped, actually Fair Enough did quite well to defend against it.
Yeah, that was incredible actually. Nesh did a huge play there by taking down Skeej, but unfortunately his team just couldn't live up to the huge plays with his own medic actually going down. Obviously the sentry still staying up, but really good work by Fair Enough to be able to hold that even without a medic. Kono up top now with this combo, trying to get a little bit of damage, taking down the sentry. But Skeej building up 60% with Kono only on 50, so I don't think they'll be able to take this quite easily. Just
you see that sentry almost actually go down, taking 2 rockets from that. I think even we see Dio's actually all back behind getting that pick onto Milkman, but he's going to get cleaned up quite easily by Crow. And I'm assuming we're just going to wait for both Ubers just to push in. Cavalry gets that pick onto Denia. Actually running the Natasha. No, it is Natasha, which I think is actually a great thing to do on payload. You can, obviously, you see it in matchmaking, slow down that combo. And everyone's going to push that cart. And Uber does come out. A lot of Uber onto Kakautu, even though he's all the way back there. Maito actually alone trying to spam something off. But no picks coming out from PremTech in this. We see actually Nesh, actually from PremTech. This is before anyone go down. See Milkman getting picked finally onto Maito and Kakautu this post-Uber exchange. But it's not like that PremTech, I mean they've dropped, well, I think we're down 5 players, and Kona's was at 8 health at the bottom.
That was lucky to get out
Uber
there,
getting cleaned up, and Kona having to fall all the way back. Nesh trying to get the pick onto Milkman, who's going to eat a nice sandwich from Kakautu. But even with all those players down, Fair Enough seems to defend that really well. But the cut is so close to being capped.
Yeah, this is looking a lot stronger of a defense than the last round. It was pretty bad push by PremTech there to only actually really lose members of their combo, not really taking anything down from the other team. Still the pressure's coming on from PremTech. Fair Enough not in so much of a good position. Yeah, maybe needs to start falling out soon as the Uber comes out from Connor. Skeej actually popping back though. The cart's still not capped, it's literally a pixel away.
Yeah, Maito jumping all the way around behind into that last point. If anything, that's just going to distract all these players. You see Crow go all the way back. Maito, I think he got the health kit. I'm trying to watch by health kit, but just by health meters. Maito still picking up health kit somehow. Doesn't get that frag onto Crow, so he's still behind. He actually come behind and try and get that pick onto the Skeej, but he's actually going to get cleaned up by Maito. Although next he has that pick onto adysky, and even Skeej is fighting Kermit now. He got 50%. He might actually go down. He does get that. Does actually get picked off by Kermit. all the way down by that kind of lower locker area. You can see Uber's time out again, so we may see another pause. And just that pick onto Skiege and adysky getting dropped in the middle of that fight. It's going to allow PremTech to capture that off in a round time of 5 minutes and 11 seconds. So, not exactly as fast as we saw. We obviously saw it being 2 to 3 minutes for each team to capture the first 3 points in the first round, but nothing near a bad time.
Yeah, Uber does come out from corner, being pretty well denied by Fair Enough though.
Yeah,
Maito going down.
See it fade. Maito's going to get picked off as well as Nesh, that post-Uber fight. Koma gets that frag onto Denia. adysky actually getting three picks onto Kakautu, Kermit, and Kona. Great play from him. So a lot of combo players down. You've now got Skiege actually sitting at 65% as an advantage. adysky's still peaking. That says actually getting a pipe onto Scissors, but he's not going to get fragged, not just yet. Deox is actually sitting quite far behind. He might try and work something in. He gets the opportunity. But see Skiege actually looking to, I think, just offer out buffs to some of his players, giving obviously one to Bacon and Lockers. That makes him more of a threat for that big 300 health. He now sits in that top lobby area with adysky with 100% Uber. Going to only at 50%. He actually went down to 100 health. I think he must have, I think he had 5 or 8 something.
He walked on top of about 3 stickies. I think he was only inches away from dying actually, to the simplest of stickies coming down from adysky.
And we see Deox and Ubers both going down in that locker area. Olba gets 1 frag onto Bacon, so no soldiers defending that locker area, which is quite a big opening. Koma gets that frag onto Denny as well. There's a few picks coming out. Even, I think Maito's going to pick onto Crow, so no demo Pyro either. Pidox also goes down from a headshot. Nesh, speaking from somewhere, I actually missed what it was. I think it may have just been through main.
The Uber has come up from Skiege already though, with Connor now sitting on 100% advantage.
Yes, Skiege having to use to save himself. Deox actually very far in. Could actually uncloak and get that pick onto Skiege, but he's not going to go for that risk. But Skiege is going almost more towards the up top stairs. He's going to pick up by Kermit as the Uber comes out from PremTech. Going to clean up Denia and Crow. And even that sentry from Cherry. And that should actually, I'm assuming, should clean up. This is going to try and block that point. Doesn't get picked onto Kermit, but he's going to cleaned up by Kakautu. Cherry's going to get a finish off of the Scissors. Kakautu do that final frag onto Bacon. And we are going to see that point captured in 7.5 minutes.
Pretty respectable time though, actually, considering the good defense from Fair Enough in the beginning of the map.
Yeah, I think we were up to about 5 minutes and 15 seconds around that time for the third point to be captured. So about 2 minutes to capture loss. That's pretty impressive. But you know, we can see another upset. I mean, Saloon is something like 80% for Fair Enough. You know, they're top of the table. They're doing fantastically this season. I think they haven't actually lost any games. They've won 2 golden caps, but they haven't actually straight up lost a game. And even now, technically, they've got 1 win right now. But 7.5 minutes. You know, if we see that aggression from the first round, then and they carry that to last, I think it's pretty achievable for adysky and Co to do.
Yeah, I'd like to say they'll be able to do this. That last round really was down to Skiege having to force off that Uber really early. Connor actually nowhere near him at the time, getting quite an easy push in, as we do see the doors open for this next round.
Here we see lots of players spamming. Maito gets that first pick onto Bacon as he comes out. But maybe not the play you want to see go down. Rather see that kind of jump in, or at least that distraction play. Because they get bombs, I guess it's that top bridge area. That wasn't there. You see so many more bombs. I think Nesh actually get a pick onto Milkman, so no sniper for the attacking. Fair enough. Bacon now does jump down onto the house, gets a nice rocket or 2 onto Maito. He's going down very low, but not quite kill him just yet. Lordjack's going to actually use his dead ringer and see Denny go down. Uber does come out though from both teams. Skiege and adysky having to fall back off that slope. Bacon back up onto that house. Trying to get some spam down onto Maito, who's now in house. Even Cherry walking up this hill, going for a very aggressive play. Gonna get the pick onto Kakautu. He's going to go down from adysky. As Fair Enough actually be taking control of this hillside. We'll see the sentry go down to Pidox. Big pick from Viljack onto Scissors. Trying to get that pick onto Connor, but doesn't quite get it. He does go down though, so Medic going down very late. And even Kermit getting picked up by a nice sticky with, I think Uber actually got a few frags in there. And even more frags then coming from Adysky and Bacon working quite closely together, finishing off finishing off players in that house area. So Kona's still down for another 3 seconds. Skeege almost at 90%, almost 100% complete Uber advantage. They're probably have to hold this quite passively. You've got no sentry on second. Adysky being able to just walk in for free. Maito all the way back up in that kind of lawn grass area. Gets domed by Milkman. And his cart should get captured off quite quickly.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice push from Fair Enough actually, and being able to take down Connor just solidified that even more. Maito really overextending there actually for his team. I think it would have been... It's obviously a good decision for PremTech to be able to come back and try and hold this 3rd point here, but dying really made a difference there. Skeege actually going down to Deox. Big pick on him, getting Denny as well. Yeah.
Deox actually playing really well. I think it's his 2nd or 3rd drop now, and he's still alive. He's only at 100 health, but he's can quite happily spam away at Crow on the cart.
Kona getting off on 5 HP.
Clutch play
into lockers on 75%.
And then funny picking up scissors as he starts healing himself back up. But even with these dropping, I think it's going to be a similar situation we saw. We're going to see a medic go down, but it's not going to be able to capture that 3rd point. Actually, Nesh peeked very aggressively in that new flank. I think trying to get something off. But Deox does get spotted very quickly by Crow. Uses Dead Ringer. Bacon going to pick up that frag on him. And we're going to see actually a very quick time. Fair Enough capturing these first 3 points. You've got under 5 minutes to capture this last point. And we saw PremTech do it in about 2 minutes. So that's double the time that Fair Enough have to push this last and take all 6 points.
Yeah, it's looking really nice for Fair Enough so far. Just Skeege building up this Uber again. Connor did manage to get out on, I think, even 1 HP earlier, so he's going to have his Uber to defend, which is going to help massively. Chevy and Pidox going down, though.
Yeah, Pidox dying. I don't think it's that bad of a Heavy going down, because I don't think Heavy can do that much on this last point. Depending on who it is, as my voice does crack. You can make that an odd shot. But, actually Milkman gets picked on the scissors, so I think a Pyro is a very important pick. You can completely deny that top area. Or even lockers, as we have seen scissors before make this kind of roaming play. See Baker jump up into lockers, get a nice rocket onto Ubers. We see exchange of soldiers here. Kona does actually get lit on fire. He's actually going to pop his Uber. Actually forced, I guess that was by Crow, walked straight in. Bojack does actually go down, trying to get something to track that sentry. Maybe it was to get Crow in, but we're going to see now Skeege with 100%. Excuse me, Uber advantage.
Yeah,
I wanted to finish
played.
that call before I sneeze, but that's how AIDS Brits are, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, Skeege playing pretty well there, getting away. No one is going to take him down there. Still sitting on 100%. Kona is building pretty quickly though. I'm just going to... Has he switched to a different medigun? I'm just going to check quick. He actually has not. He's on normal Uber. Skeege pops in from lower with his combo. Adysky coming in. Getting some damage out onto the top, but Kona is almost on his Uber. He's 95%. I think he's going to be able to get this just about. Big stab onto him, however, from Viljack. Very well played by him, just as he gets his Uber.
Yeah, but a lot of players down from Fair Enough. I think it was only Skeege and Crow alive in that post-Uber fight. But deals with that pick onto Skeege, another great pick from him. And Pidox does get that final frag. And Nesh actually was pushed up quite far on that new flank, which has actually worked quite well for him. He hasn't exactly been immediately denied. But we're down to 2.5 minutes for Fair Enough to capture this. And I don't think the pressure's on just yet. Because obviously you can take it to a golden cap. But I think, I mean, we've got 10% Uber advantage on the side of Kona. So we could see, I don't think we're seeing an aggressive push. I don't know why I was almost implying that could happen. I don't think Skeege's actually running crits. So we're going to try and use that crits advantage to try and get a few picks off and push this last point.
Yeah, looks like a locker play actually maybe coming out. The combo moving up into locker. Skeege not quite on his crits yet. Bacon being taken down with a stab from Diog. Skeege on 75%. Connor not quite on his Uber either. Not going to have it quite for a while. Still getting all this space in lockers. By now the other team know they are there. They may not know they're on crits yet, but no, they actually are falling back. They've spent quite a while there, probably called out. The other team is prepared. Rotating now.
We do see Deox go down though, from Crow. So that's going to be quite a big pick. We see the crits does come out, but it's not going to actually get any picks at all. We see Pidox does get dropped in that. I think he's trying to get any sort of damage out now, trying to salvage his crits. And Scissors does get picked up by Denia, but he's going to get kinged up by Maito. And perhaps not the best use of crits there, not getting actually any frag. But Maito actually runs up this front stairs. I'm not sure what that was, but he's actually going to get picked, so no damage defend last. I think he should be able to actually walk up with Pinnock up this front stairs. The counter is actually now sitting on the back stairs, falling back. They can't hold that top area by themselves. Deals gets that pick onto McMahon. Nesh actually finishes off Pinnock, and even Ubers gets that finish off onto Bacon. So still players actually being dropped from fair enough. And we're still waiting for one just solid push to go in. Adysky actually gets picked off by Kakautu. So we've got 40 seconds to be exact. And still not seeing that push that we're kind of waiting for. This just complete crits and wipe and finish off the game.
Yeah, honestly, if PremTech aren't able to hold it, this is going to be a really big flop. Skeege is still on crits, Connor has the Uber. The crits comes out with Connor popping back straight into their face. Not many picks coming out, many even players from Fair Enough going down.
Yeah, Adysky now walking up that new flank. Don't think he was, but he's just going to get juggled. Kermit's going to be alone with Skeege. Doesn't chase the frag though, I think he could have probably gotten that. Kermit's good enough to get that. And that's lots of players going down. And Fair Enough aren't actually going to be able to capture this last point. And whatever custom config they're using is very strange because it doesn't actually spam up that PremTech won. But actually we're going to see obviously points split between both teams as we're going to go to a golden cap with PremTech actually picking up the win on that second round.
Yeah, nicely held by them at the end there. I think mainly that was down to Skeege and his combo moving up into the lockers before they had a chance to actually build up their full crits. Being called out quite early, they weren't able to get things done, and then by the time they'd actually rotated out of there, Connor was able to get his Uber and defend the crits play, and then build another and defend the crits play again. So well played from them, but I think a little bit mistimed by Skeege and his combo to start moving into that play before they were able to.
The only problem you're always going to have with playing a match so early, I mean, we're playing on a Monday. I don't think we've actually... There's probably some other games we played on a Monday, but definitely not one that I don't think I've casted. But I might be completely wrong. I might have called like 3 games on a Monday for all I know. I think I mainly do Thursdays, where we see lots of games being played. But a game on Monday, I think it's always hard because you don't have as much practice. I mean, sure, you could obviously... If you have an early game every week, then you'd have your week 1 game would be early, and then the rest of your week's games would be in preparation. But you also had, I'd say, quite a lot of the guys from Fair Enough. I mean, definitely, obviously, Adysky, Skeege, and Denia playing, obviously, in that Razor Cup over the weekend. So that wasn't time they were practicing Barn Blitz. I think it's just down to, oh, well, we haven't had that much time to practice, but neither team is doing badly. Both teams are doing really well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's any logs for this either, are there? If I'm correct. I'm reading the chat. I'll have a look at logs TF quick.
No, I think it's going to be the same way as we saw in the first round, which is where they ended it earlier. Actually, no, we are going to see logs. Actually, I can pull up the logs here. Someone, nope, that's actually from yesterday.
No,
sorry,
yeah,
I can't read the date because I'm like, Starry, that's Highlander. That's not today. So, sorry, Twitch chat. We're not going to have any logs at all. So all we can say is, well, Medic's top scored. Bill Jack got second top points, so I guess he got lots of frags. Deox actually finishing somewhere near the bottom of the table on their team, but he's still got drops.
Yeah, DX did a lot of work there. I don't think points reflect how he was playing. No,
I don't feel points do, because obviously you can have a scout just sit on the point and capture it. The cart.
That's what I do to get points.
Life of a Highlander scout, I suppose.
When I finally get a team.
Oh, so you had a rec post, you could plug it, but no. So, I guess I think the only person we were missing was Maito. I saw him in chat mention he needed to pop somewhere, but if it's Finland, then I mean your neighbour's like 30 kilometers away. So we're just waiting, really, for all players ready up and go to this Golden Cat round. I mean, going into this, I was all in favour of Fair Enough taking this game. Easy 6 points. Criticisms from PremTech, some random play, kind of almost Russian level of clutch, but not that PremTech would actually take points off of Fair Enough. It's very surprising, to be honest. We obviously saw PremTech coming into this season being this kind of team, and it was, oh, they're in it for the crown, whatever, and everyone went, yeah, but they're just a big mixed team and whatnot. But they've been doing better and better each week. They're kind of hitting their stride.
Yeah, I would have said Fair Enough would have taken both of those beginning maps, so as you said, pretty surprising. Good performance by them there. I think down actually to the mistakes of Fair Enough, but that's the same as many matches, I suppose. I think Fair Enough probably wouldn't have been able to do it if they were running Uber towards the end of that game, but that's how the game goes, I suppose.
I see all the players moving. I see Maito apparently is back. I don't want to be singling him out, saying he's the one that we're waiting for. He's the only one that I saw in chat. And I don't know. I guess before we go live, we can include the amazing Twitch chat, which we know everyone is enjoying. Two Brits casting. Everyone seems to be very in favour of it, as always. So I'm not sure. There's a Twitch meme that ties into adysky. I guess adysky would be. No, I guess you could put come on, bruh. Fair Enough taking this golden cap, or Dan's game for PremTech. That's because I'm betting on Fair Enough. So caster's bias. I'm just gonna watch Twitch chat and see if people think Fair Enough, or just say Fair Enough against PremTech. I'm just trying to get chat involved, to be honest.
Got one on each side so far.
See, as much as I assume Fair Enough to do it, I think PremTech could actually do this. And it's bad because obviously we call it right down the middle. But in my mind, I'm going, adysky, don't you dare cost me those skins. But my betting this season not been very good. My calls have not been great. I mean, if we had like a casting roulette on who's done the worst at calling at the beginning of the game and who they bet on, we might not all over the place. I mean, I lost on Bureau yesterday. I think I lost the key on strong opinions on Steel. And I was actually against PremTech. I was like, yeah, PremTech won't win. And I've bet on Fair Enough today, and now I'm like, was that a mistake?
Well, we'll see. It very well could be, to be honest. I'm agreeing with you here that PremTech should be able to take this if they play incredibly well. Although I'm still going to lean towards Fair Enough for this, unfortunately. But I'm happy to be proved wrong as we start going into the 69-second pre-round timer.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to see if Conan's going to... Actually, no, excuse me. I guess Fair Enough opting to attack in this final deciding round. So it doesn't... I don't... They haven't actually opted crits. So, from High Panda... Well, actually, no, it is going to be PremTech going to be opting to attack first. So, yeah, Conan's going to be running that crits again. Push up this first point with Skeeter's going to be sitting on Uber.
What can we banter about for the 69-minute pre-round timer?
The 69 minutes? What a
69-second round timer even. Sorry about that. That would be pretty crazy.
69 minutes would be an awful long setup time. I don't know. It's probably longer than most Highlander games if that was the amount of setup time.
Yeah, I think we just went through 3 team switches, but looks like we finally settled. Haven't seen another one yet. Cal too big on the sandwich building.
This is where you farm points, I suppose. That's it, already on 18 points. Kakao, stop farming points.
He's playing well.
Yeah, look at Kakao, top scoring. I mean, look how many points he's got more.
He's doing so
He's
well.
got 24 points.
We'll make sure to remember that at the end of the game, just so we can take that away.
So Kakao starting with 25 points. It's all about Kakao cam now.
I'll be watching him.
But we're going to see, I think Nesh is going to try peeking that hill. I think Milkman's actually sitting in main, which is quite a standard spot for snipers. No sticky trap onto Nesh. And I think Viljack... No, Diolx is actually the first character to see Viljack. Got to see the crits come out. Big crit sticky right to the face of adysky, but he's just going to get saved.
Kaltu getting a big pick onto Crow.
Yeah, Crow going down. And Uber's now jumping onto that top house. Uber just about fading for fair enough. And I think with only Crow going down, and actually adysky actually getting a big direct rocket, it's going in the favour of PremTech into the first point. Diolx gets that stab onto PremTech as well. That's definitely going to prompt that fallback from fair enough into that second, as Milkman also gets domed on the way out.
Yeah, really nicely played there. Nice team coordination from PremTech, able to take that very quickly, which is quite a necessity if they're looking to win this golden cap. The golden cap. A nice time would be good to start off on, and it looks like they've done that. Connor sitting on 100%. Skeege just about building up. The crits does come in from Connor. Skeege, I think, is hiding just well enough to be able to get his Uber, however. He's still on 99%.
He's finally getting that Uber. I'm not sure he's going to use it straight back in. He does have that ability to use it with adysky, Crow, and even PremTech is there now. But I think that Uber should just about save them off. Connor is actually going to get milked the rest of that team, so you could put down a lot of damage if you needed those heals. But I think it's going to be a slight deterrent. So I think it's like running Girardi, as we see Nesh actually getting domed by the Milkman. He also actually gets that attacking sentry, so it allows a few players, if anything, to peek a little bit more aggressively without getting spammed by that mini. As adysky tries to spam, I think, both Maito and Olber out of that top area.
Adysky's been doing pretty well all game in terms of getting some damage onto Connor in some random situations. A few times now, Connor's actually stepped on 4 stickies and just dropped down to 10 health. But the crits does come out from Connor here. Skeege popping off the Uber straight away to defend. Not much coming out the side. Kaltu going down alongside Maito and Connor. Nice defense here from Fair Enough, who should be able to back this up.
Yeah, see, we saw actually adysky, he actually got that pick onto Maito, and then he somehow actually fired that stick through that small little gap actually where the train tracks seemed to lead out towards that kind of shed, which is really good for him. But Kermit actually retaliates with picking up frags on both Skeege and on adysky. So that's a great play from him, and we then see Kakadu go down and even Nesh, so 2 strong picks for fair enough. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough to keep defending it. Skeege is still down for another 5 seconds. Let's see Crow go down as well, and I think yeah, Elbow got picked off even. But that sentry's actually quite close to that car. He just wants to put his sentry. Diolx trying to circle around, I think, trying to get into that house area. Eventually going to try and get that kit and get a pick somewhere. So he's been hurt by Milkman. So he's going to call that almost getting picked on that adysky, but he does actually get panned, and that cart does actually get capped off in about, well, basically 3 minutes.
Yeah, still looking pretty good here on the time. Fair Enough are opting to hold this 3rd point, however, with a pretty aggressive sentry. Actually going down, yeah, that was a bit too aggressive, to be honest. Lots of spam coming out from the top, Kaltu moving along. Fair Enough are gonna now drop back, giving up this 3rd point to PremTech.
Yeah, so losing PremTech and Bacon, you don't have your flank, and you, well, I mean, Heavy, you lose such a absorber of damage, really. It's not like the Heavy's put up that much damage, but you got that 450, that takes a lot of spam away. And it looks like that 3rd point is going to be cleaned up quite quickly, as Kona looks to be pushing into that locker area with, well, obviously with 100% Uber, but not optimally running crits. See Bacon try and block it off in lockers. There's a pick onto Maito actually, and even, I think, actually got that pick onto Nesh as well. So Kona are going to be set outside 4 minutes and 2 seconds for these first 3 points of this first week 6 game. And we're just really waiting to see, you know, what either team does. It's who's going to make that play first. We see Ubers and Kermit picking that new flank, but they're not going to be able to get in far enough, I guess, to make an impact. The Bacon's still in that locker area, just holding that down very well. And Combo seeing aside, Ubers do come out actually from adysky first, kind of falling all the way back onto those tracks. I think he's more than safe there. The Villagers actually behind, trying to get a pick onto Kona, but it's actually missing a lot of shots, and he should actually get dead ringed actually out.
Yeah, this is really bad for Fair Enough right now. Connor doing something similar to what we saw Skeege do last round. Just after that Uber's forced off, just getting around way out of the space of damage from adysky. Sitting on 100%, Skeege is only on 35. Pushing correctly here, I think PremTech should be able to take quite an early time here. if they play their cards correctly. Kaltu actually does go down though to Viljack as this push starts with Maito coming in from the side. It's just Maito and Connor right now. Skeech does go down to Ubers, however. Big pick here.
Yeah, Ubers actually... I didn't actually see what Ubers came in from. He got picked up by Bacon. So I was thinking somewhere close to lockers. I guess just kind of damaging them together. And even Crows take actually slightly lit and Cherries as well, but Sentry's still up. And even Denny's only at half health, but Milkman's also very low. Viljack's still behind them, still trying to do something. But we do see Kermit actually get picked up by that Sentry trying to push in through that main area. And Connor now sitting at kind of 40-50% advantage over Skeege. So he should be able to push in first, even more so if he's running crits, which I'm trying to check, which he is not. So there goes that theory.
Nope, still on Uber, didn't go down.
Still running Uber, but they've still got enough advantage. He's at 80% now, Skeege only at 45.
Connor's just
saying push off.
Connor's just saying with Nash, who actually does get taken down with a pipe from Adysky. I think fair enough could have got onto him there, maybe got a bit of damage and taken him down, but he does get out, still with his advantage. He's now got Uber, they need to play quick in order to get onto Skeege quickly, but every second they waste here, Skeege is one bit closer to his Uber. It's taken a bit too long, I think he's going to get this. I think PremTech have lost quite a good opportunity here to get in with a push advantage, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe they thought Skeege had built that Uber a little bit faster.
It might also be just certain picks on certain points are more important. I think obviously losing a medic on any point is important, but I think getting something like I mean, even picking, let's say they headshot Skeege. Let's say Nesh walks up that new flank area and headshot Skeege. Is that really that big of a pick? Well, actually, yes, it is. But even if he doesn't have Uber, could it be? You could still deny a lot of players if he didn't have Uber, and even you didn't have Uber. It's not always the best pick to go for, especially on such a closed-off map such as Bomblet. Sure, you have that new flank area that opens up something, but it's still quite a choky map. We see Nesh is going to get a headshot, and even Pidox gets that pick onto Maito, who actually was all the way up in that top area. Viljack's still actually behind, still trying to get something, still trying to get that pick onto Kona. I think he gets a headshot onto Kaltu, and Adysky and Bacon actually getting a lot of frags together. Coming back to that well-odd lad Sixes team chemistry that they've had.
PremTech seem to be sacking quite a lot of players randomly at this point, losing quite a lot. Maito dropping pretty low here, dropping out of the window, with Connor still sitting on his 100%. Going quite low a few times too, again some spam from Adysky. I've been noticing that quite a lot this game, but it looks like they are going to start going a little bit more aggressive onto the cart. Scissors and Maito just pushing in a little bit. Milchman is watching. No Ubers have come out yet, with Kermit going down for Connor's team. Connor dropping quite low again, pushing along the side. It looks like we might see an Uber come out here from Maito. Going straight onto Skeege. Uber's coming off from him as well.
It does actually flash Scissors, but Skeege and fair enough are going to get a much better Uber, which should force back. Kona does go down by Bacon. I believe he actually peeked in through that top area, getting a nice kind of rocket splash to clean him up. Viljack gets a nice headshot onto Nesh. That's a frag he was waiting for a long time, trying to get these headshots off. And Adysky getting the pick onto Scissors. That's a lot of key players for PremTech going down post Uber fight or exchange. And Conan now starting to build back up. Kakatu also very low. But yeah, we see Conan now sitting about 15%. Skeege big up about 60 odd %. So definitely Uber advantage in favour of him. We do see Adysky go down from Kakatu, and even Pidox actually gets, I think, just like from, must be from lockers where Nesh was sitting, which he is. So no heavy and no demo for fair enough. So it's not actually in the strongest of positions. Crow's also very low. It's just fall all the way back, closer to where actually the pit is and where the cart falls in. Getting a lot of frags, so he's actually doing a lot of work. Remember, I think actually running a 7k now. And Bacon also getting frags. So even though we lost both Adysky and Pidox, fair enough, obviously not showing that they're more than capable as individual players to get a lot of frags.
Yeah, Connor actually made a pretty big mistake there. He pushed into lockers, held around there while still on about 50%. His players went down, and then I guess a lack of communication meant that Ubers was able to get onto Connor and actually take him down, with Skeege still sitting on his 100%. So that's pretty bad. I think PremTech are starting to panic a little bit here, even losing quite a lot of time. Well, not losing, but putting a lot of time onto their clock. Quite careless plays there coming out, actually, letting Ubers do that.
I think they're in a bad position right now. I think it's almost too early to say that they're doing badly. I think you have a slight advantage of attacking first, where you're not brushing against the clock. You've only got the clock in the top, but even that's down to 3.5 minutes. So for all we know, they could actually not capture this third point. You're going to see Uber's come out from Skis. He's going to get forced. Still actually really close behind. He's going to clean up. Even Kakautu goes down there. And see, Kona should be actually crits in. Gets a pick onto Crow and Skeets, and even Cherry. Mojack's going to go down, and actually that might be the push that they need, getting a lot of players. We're moving at 10k, picking frags onto Maito and Nesh. Even I think Kermit got fragged by that Sentry. Which Cherry's actually doing pretty well. He's getting frags in. They're just sitting in, if anything, in orthodox positions. So Uber's getting actually a double pick onto Milkman and Pinox, so that's going to end that kill streak for Milkman. And if anything, Olba pushing in now. Kakautu's now on that cart with Kona, and even Olba. And Dilk's actually behind Skis. He should actually get this backstab, which he actually does. He gets almost air blasted out the way. But as I say that, it doesn't actually seem like PremTech actually were going to walk up. I thought they could just hold off those final few players. But Bacon onto Connor. Bacon actually jumping in. He got a frag definitely onto Maito on that. They're actually cleaning up Bacon. And even though we saw more players go down from Fair Enough in that, I guess the quicker respawn waves compared to what PremTech have, they're able to hold on to it. And actually cost them another minute. We see actually Critch come out again, already being moved back up. Felix goes down, but Cherry's actually his mini finishing off Kautu. Deox now actually in this backstairs, trying to go on Adysky, who's just going to clean him up as well. But so many frags coming out from Fair Enough, and a lot of damage being put all on to the players of PremTech. We're now actually under 2 minutes for the map round, not for capture time, but we're at 1 minute and 40 seconds, there or thereabouts. So they, if anything, to now capture it in that time, or all Fair Enough to do is capture 3 points.
Yeah, lost my train of thought with that actually. Forgot what I was going to say entirely now. But yeah, I'm gonna stand by what I said earlier, in that a lot of time, as you said, is going away from PremTech, who seem to be slipping up quite a bit here. It was pretty good of Fair Enough to be able to hold that, of course, but Connor's still on the crits here. Not sure what he's going to be able to do with this, with Skeech still sitting on 100% Uber. Going back in for that locker strategy right now from Maito, looks like the crits is going to come out. Going to get Bacon, with Uber's come straight out from Skeech, who's going to be able to hold this fairly comfortably for now. Maito dropping quite low out that window. Connor going down to Adysky, however.
Yeah, we see even Denny jumping in trying to fight off. Actually, Maito had to fall out of that window. Skeech does actually get headshot by Nesh, who I think just peeked in, actually just from that lockers area. Maito's still quite happily spamming stickies away. You've only got a few actually select players left for Fair Enough. If anything, most of the heavy class is down. We see Adysky does actually come up now. He's going to get frag onto Deox, and even Denny is doing a lot of work, getting so many picks on that last point. He was in lockers and he's now in main, and he's just playing so well for defending a last point. And now you've only actually got Ubers and Kona together. Gatu does actually come back. They've actually only got 20 seconds to capture this point. Otherwise, all Fair Enough to do is capture 3 in a quicker time or last.
Yeah, it's not looking too good right now. Kakautu's gone down, Scissor's gone down, Maito is down, and I think Fair Enough has held this last point even. Throw tech.
You see the cart start to slide back, and yeah, I do not know who will start these configs. I'm trying to stay calm, but whoever's got this config set up is really annoying. We've seen no scoreboard flash where it says, obviously, where the team ends and people can see it end. Oh, John's telling me it's the update, it's not a player, so if... Ah, right, so it's actually HUD's an update, it's not a player. I was trying to blame Fair Enough's configs, but apologies. It's me having a short temper and getting mad at silly configs. But no, we're going to see, obviously, now Fair Enough being able to just try and push this last point. They only have 4 minutes and 2 seconds to capture the first 3 points, but they've got all that cap time they need to capture the last point, so they can actually capture these first 3 points, and it's something like 14 minutes or something to capture that last point, so it's actually really achievable to Fair Enough to do, which means you've got PremTech that have to hold have a really strong hold on first, and they really can't give up third unless they run it down in 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Fair Enough do this, to be honest. I'd like to see some nice aggressive plays coming out here. Both teams have opted for Uber so far.
Actually, Deox is actually the first casualty of this final round. And I think actually adysky actually gets that onto that sentry, so no level 3 at all. And Fair Enough playing so aggressive all the way up that hill. This is actually going down as well. Uber does finally come out from PremTech. Now we can see also the pop onto adysky, actually soloing it, trying to launch way up in the air. Look at that. The village is actually there to try and body block. He gets that hit shot on Kona. What a play. What a fantastic pick from Viljack. He does go down from Kakao finally. Kermit trying to get something. He actually does. He picks up that frag onto Skeege as well. He does get finished off by adysky. Lots of trash talking about in chat. Scissors popping it out. And brilliant plays from both teams, playing both very aggressive. And now trying to get the spam onto that sentry. Obuz is going to get his out in time, but it doesn't look PremTech is even going to try and hold second. You've got Kakao up top, who has just been jumped into by Bacon. Deox is sitting something for a pick, but Kona is actually holding back by that 3rd point, so they've actually given up first and second.
That's pretty insane, yeah.
Fair enough, actually, they've got, if you look at how much they've got 2.5 minutes to capture 2 points. So we're going to see this
1 point now.
Yeah, we're going to see this capture finished off as we see Cherry go down, the only casualty, and we see Deox go down as well. So just under 2.5 minutes for Fair Enough to actually capture this final point, or just under 10 minutes to capture last as well. So
I think it's happening
way more
as
than
well.
achievable.
This cart is just rolling on here. Connor has almost got his Uber. If he can stay alive for this little bit, they should be able to defend. Maybe pull these 2 minutes back for a last hold, but adysky's coming really aggro onto him already.
Adysky's taking no damage at all. He does actually finally eat some damage there. We all the way around so aggressively. Kona does actually pop his Uber off. But
that was
he's
crazy.
so weak,
That was
and
5
gonna
HP or so.
Gonna get reflected. Maito just completely destroyed by Milkman. Just big headshot from him. This is the only one really left on the cart. Kona's there with Oba, but I don't think it can be anything else. He's going to jump onto that, try and jump onto that cover, doesn't work. Uber comes out from Ski just to fight off those players. But Ubers don't capture points. So a slight delay. But Deox still behind. He has a pick onto Nesh, Milkman even, but it's not going to be enough. Baker's going to get a pick onto Nesh, and we're going to see Deox get, if anything, it was just a kind of flail stab onto Viljack. And that is going to be week 6, the first game anyway, done and dusted. Fair Enough picking up, I believe, 4 points for this Golden Cap win, which unfortunately leaves Maito, who's now joined us, with another golden loss. Maito, Golden Cap seemed to be your downfall this season.
It's the team of the season, I see. I mean, today it was kind of expected that it would be Golden Cap. I didn't know for which team, but I think Fair Enough PC with once before this official, and we only had a warm-up, so it was kind of both teams without practice, and it's Barn Blitz, so I mean, could have gone either way, and both teams had mercs again, so yeah, definitely Golden Cap match. And well, everything was kind of fucked up, but apparently we managed to hold the last point once again, because it's the easiest point to hold. And that's how we got points. But yeah, we played now 6 matches this season, and we've got points from every single game, so I'm fine. I think we will make the playoffs and playing Ambition next week, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that leaves you now with 17 points. So, strongly in 4th. So you're not able to take that away from Strong Opinions just yet. But no, I think it leaves you in a pretty strong position. I mean, taking points away from every game, I mean, not even every team's done that. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. I'm seeing if there's anyone from Fair Enough going to join us. That's your prompt, adysky or Skeege or someone to jump in. I'm not going to chase you for it, because you can come and gloat all you want. I'm just going to be neutral. But I mean, do you think with more time, Maito, do you think you could have taken 6 points from Fair Enough in this? I mean, you were very close to winning all 6 points, but yeah, more practice maybe would have seen you 6 points climb up into, joint second, or
Yeah, I mean, depends on which roster we would have had. If it was played on other day, like our preferred day was other day than their preferred days, and then like we didn't have a day that both teams would have people there. But okay, we played on a day that both teams could just play by the rules because the max is 3 megs, and yeah. I mean, if Fair Enough had more time to practice, then in that case they would have been, of course, way better than they were there. And same comes for our team, but I mean, with the roster we had there, and well, if we practiced, of course, we would have done better. Like, we actually had no fucking clue what the fuck we were doing there, apart from like maybe some points in attack, and yeah, but defense was so fucked up overall, and it was kind of weird playing because it was just also random.
Well, I mean, you saw there was quite a lot of big performances. We obviously saw Deox getting a number of drops onto Skeege and that, and obviously we saw Kakatu farming points, obviously to climb himself up the scoreboard. But yeah, we saw Deox with a number of drops. Was that something that was planned, or you think that was just it just came into it?
No, we just got the good players to win the games, and well, Deox is doing the job we practice or not. And actually, looking at the statistics, like, I mean, okay, we lost the Fair Enough now. Deox was playing, but week 4, week 5, our first wins, Deox was playing in both of those games, so I guess he actually has a big impact even we are not practicing.
Alright, so before I can see Adysky now in the lobby, but before he joins, I quickly ask. Never mind, Adysky, you threw off what I was going for. Never mind. I shouldn't be mad. Congratulations, Adysky, you've taken technically. I guess that's. I mean, it's not a loss for you. So congratulations for that. You still haven't dropped all 6 points, but obviously we covered it with Maito very quickly that they got no practice. Did you get any practice in? I think Maito said you got 1 PCW in.
We sneaked in a Sunday scrim as well as a map talk and a warm-up game today. So we had some practice, but not much. We also had to change our pyro like last minute, which was kind of unfortunate. But Crow played really well, so props to her.
So I'll pose the same question to you because I feel it's only fair. Do you think it would have been a different game, obviously, if you had had more practice? Do you think, obviously I said to Maito, do you think you could have won, but do you think it may have been a slightly, potentially easier game for you if you had played on this on a Thursday, for example?
Probably not. But we really wanted to play on Thursday because we're that kind of team that we don't play good at first, like we really have to practice maps. And after we have like 3 scrims, we play really well. So that was kind of like hit in a back for us, that we had to play like the first possible day of the week, and we couldn't scrim during the weekend because we had the Razor Cup with our 616. So, but yeah, we took it like champs and won.
Yeah, you're still happily sat in first place, and I believe actually, someone might correct me on this, but I think you actually have the strongest chance of staying in first. I think you'd have to lose. I don't actually think you can be knocked off the top spot. So if you've only got 32. Actually, no, you can. If you lost your next game and Highlander win 12 points, and they will actually knock you off that first spot. If you believe that or not, I'm not trying to, curse of the casters, but that's actually a great segue into next week's games, because I don't want to talk about Barn bets anymore. You guys haven't practiced that much, so we'll move on to next week's games. A final week, week 7, that will leave you your standings for playoffs. We obviously know that Fair Enough have made playoffs. Maito, you're pretty close. I mean, 2 points separate you and Wasp in 6th. So I'll start with you, Adysky. You guys are going to be playing Highlander on Product and Gully. And just, the only thing I want to know is, obviously, you've got Denia, and obviously, I guess now, I'm not sure, is Bacon now playing main soldier for you guys?
No, that was just like a one-time thing. Quick will be playing the next game.
Okay, so even that, though, is a lot of the core of your Sixers team. Would you say that Product and Gully are going to be your 5CP6 maps are going to be your stronger maps, or do you think it's just another map in a Highlander team?
We're all looking up to the game. I mean, it's one of those games that we have to win. I really want to get the first place in a season, so we get to grand finals for free. But I don't think we are any better on those maps than any other maps. We always take the maps the same way. We always have to practice them, and we take all the enemies the same. We never underestimate anyone.
And then Maito, you guys are playing TC Ambition, who, unfortunately for them, they haven't had the best debut season in Premiership. I don't think they've actually picked up any points so far, which is unfortunate for them because obviously they did well last season. But I'm assuming you're expecting of taking up 6 points for next week?
Yeah, I mean, we are probably gonna take 6 points, and about the seedings, unless Strong Opinions is gonna draw their last 2 games, I think PremTech is making playoffs in that case.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who Strong Opinions have, and I think this week they're playing, the Bureau on Thursday. And obviously we saw Bureau lost to Wasp yesterday, so it's probably going to go in the favour of Strong Opinions if I were to make a call early. And then next week they play Wasp, so they beat Bureau. I think they could probably beat Wasp as well. So yeah, both of you guys looking pretty strong going into week 7 and then even into playoffs. But yeah, interesting to see how the end of the season ends up and how you guys do. So I guess we can quickly run through some shout-outs unless Funds has any questions, which normally he doesn't, haha. No, but that's fine.
Nah, I can't think of anything.
Anything else you want to add in? So, I mean, Adysky, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to PremTech for playing really well today, even though they didn't have much practice. Shout out to Bacon for stepping up on Sully. And shout out to... I guess that's it.
Maito, is there anyone you want to shout out quickly?
I mean, shout out to Fair Enough, of course, because we actually could play this game. There was probably only one day this week that this game could have been played, and I think if I was trying to schedule with Beep or someone, it would have been a default date instead of a date that both teams can play somehow with 2 subs or 2 mercs. And yeah, it was fair, even neither team had to practice. And shout out to Conduct for not being here. What the fuck?
Rip the Condog meme. It was surely the greatest. So we'll look on to the next games in week 6, which I believe are both going to be, both on Thursday. Which is going to be Highlander against Failure and Strong Opinion versus the Bureau. We've got actually Highlander against Failure. We're actually going to see CJ and Sigafu cast that game. That's going to be on this channel here. And then Strong Opinions versus the Bureau. Actually, I should probably mention that the time of Highlander against Failure is going to be at 21. Whereas, obviously, the same time Strong Opinions are going to be... Got to probably answer is how CJ are going to be casting at the same time as playing. They'll tell me afterwards. And then you've got Opinions and the Bureau at the same time. Dates have changed. We've now got 2 games. Okay, so something's happening, but I'm pretty sure that me and Honey are going to be casting Strong Opinions versus the Bureau on Thursday, and at some point we're going to see Panda versus Failure, which I might be Sunday. I can see it's scheduled for Thursday, but they might have changed it. So we're going to see a game on Thursday on this channel, so look out for that. And we look forward to bringing you the more games in the future. So shout outs to obviously ETF2L for all this, and Essentials and Whitelift, and we will see you on Thursday.